Hey there everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Let's Play Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. This is the second part of the German Domination victory game. And yes, it has been about a month since I've updated this, and again, I apologize for that. I had promised regular updates, and however, I did actually have some very serious unforeseen circumstances. About a week after I posted the last video, my father went into the hospital for emergency surgery. Came very close to dying, actually, but he is currently okay and going to be getting out of the hospital soon. So with him out, that frees up a lot of my time, and I can get back to doing regular updates. And again, this time, I'm going to stick with that promise, I assure you, because I'm sick of making false promises and taking so long to get these out. But you guys just do me the great favor of being patient and bearing with me, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Alright, now getting right back into this game. We come back to our capital city of Berlin, where we see our great leader, David, who's waiting to be sent. Who's waiting to be sent to another city, because I don't think Berlin's going to be a good place for him. So let's get him moving right now, shall we? I think we'll take the chance. Alright, good. I was just a little worried that I might find a enemy just waiting in between my two cities here. Alright, now, onto some more important business. At the end of the last episode, we had captured this settler from the unsuspecting Zulu, who had very carelessly sent him to this square completely unprotected. And we took full advantage and took the settler for ourselves. However, now we need to found a city with this settler, and I had asked at the end of the last episode for you guys to give me a name. So, what are we going to come up with? Let me just go to my notepad here, where I jotted down some of the suggestions I liked. All right. Now, for what I've got, I had narrowed this down to 3 suggestions. However, one of them currently sticks out to me, so I'm going to go with this one. And this is from Mega the Great, and his suggestion of... Let's see. There we are. Surkesh, which he tells me is the Salarian home planet from the Mass Effect series. I can't say that I'm familiar with Mass Effect, but the name sounded really good, and I'm going with it. The city of Surkesh, founded in 0 AD. Now then, other names that I did like, Matthew Davis gave me the suggestion of Vielglück, which means luck in German. And I really thought that was a good one at first, but the more I thought about it, while some luck was involved in me stealing these settlers, which is the reason that he suggested the name, there was a lot of skill involved, and it wasn't as much. And while it's luck, it's also being ready to take advantage of those opportunities. So some skill involved there. But thank you for the suggestion, Matthew. And then also, my good friend Wes Woods gave me the suggestion of Foxburg, which means City of Foxes in German. And he based that suggestion off of how I foxed my way into the city of La Bamba here and stole their gray person. Again, it was a good suggestion, but Surkesh by Mega the Great was just the one that really stood out to me. It was inventive, creative, and kind of blends in if you really think about it. Well, maybe not, but it sounds cool, so we're going with it. And thus, we're going to... Actually, before we end the turn, we're going to settle Thomas Beckett in Surkesh, and he is going to increase our population growth, which Surkesh badly needs. So let's get to work right away. A library. Surkesh is going to take some time to get going, but that's why it's got a population person. Let's end this turn. What do we got here? Ooh, the French have completed the Hanging Gardens of Babylon wonder in the city of Paris. That is interesting and kind of sucks. Also, thing to note, They have a great leader in there, just like I do. I have David, which means they have a Megman. Or Agam. Darn it, I still haven't remembered how to pronounce that name. But here we go with the next turn. A galley has been built in Berlin, which is good. So now we'll just get to work on a barracks in order to kill some time. And we're going to go exploring here. Get our leader towards Bonn. Settle you in. And let me think here. So yeah, we're going to have you withdraw there because I want you close to the city. Don't want to give the Zulu any way to attack in. And let's see. Maybe... Nah, we'll keep you in the city. And let's see. 10 science coming in per turn. So 2 more turns before Code of Laws. So Zulu army there. Yeah, we'll keep you there. So yeah, not a lot going on right now. We still have the Zulu who are camped outside of our city. But I'm not really in a position to get them out of their... Get them out of the barricade they're about to make. Or the fortifications, pardon me. That's okay, they're in absolutely no position to attack me either, so I can live with them there. It's all good. So let's end this turn. What do we got? Greetings from Mao of the Chinese. Ah, Lord Wyndham X. Your extravagant wealth will be of little use against our mighty armies. However, we will leave you in peace for 10 turns in exchange for the secret of construction. Now, your threats do not frighten me. However, I will consult with my advisors, since this is a new episode. What do they have to say? The Chinese are no match for my mighty armies. I should crush their feeble warriors. Their troops are dug in for defense, but they do, however, have the world's most advanced technology. Darn you, China. Well, they were advanced very early on. That is historically accurate. But nonetheless, I am not frightened by you. However, against his better judgment, his advisors have convinced him to spare my insignificant civilization for the time being. He believes that I should be in awe of his incredible generosity. Well, quite frankly, I'm not. You're all bark and no bite now. That's just how it is. Let's see, let's just switch over Frankfurt to a building to store up production. It's got a warrior now watching it, so it's not completely defenseless. In the meanwhile, let's get this great leader into Bonn, where we will settle him. And he will enable us to create super units, like we were doing with our warriors, just so long as we have a barracks in there, and they will automatically be veterans if it's not there. However, the barracks is in Bonn, so we're going to have super advanced units coming out straight away. Oh, darn it, my R trigger button's messed up there. Sorry. Alright. Now, that's significant because I had been purposely holding back my military technology in order to take advantage of the German skill of where their warriors are automatically veterans, as you can see from this one, which was just produced by Frankfurt. He's a veteran. However, no building. No barracks in Frankfurt to create that. So, I don't have to stick with warriors anymore. I can now focus on upgrading my military technology, which will be useful because I need to get the Zulu out of my face. Alrighty. So, what can we do now? I think we're just going to end our turn. Things are going to be kind of slow for a little while, because we're just going to be sitting back tight until we expand a little more and are ready to go on the offensive again. Well, that's annoying. It was pre-programmed to do that. Alright, let's end this turn. This just in, sire. There has been a government change. The Zulu replaced their despotism with a republic. And with a republic, their settlers can be built for only 1 population unit. It's actually kind of annoying because I'm really close to that. Although I doubt I would have been the first to that anyway, because the Chinese typically like to go for that one really early. both Ieyasu and Mao ahead of me in technology, I really doubt that I would have been the first to it. However, we're all even for domination. I'm only one behind in technology. Economically, though, I am the power. I have 2 milestones to Shaka's 1 and 0 for everybody else. Culturally, Napoleon holds the advantage with 1 great person and 1 wonder. That will soon change. However, in the meanwhile, we have discovered the secrets of Code of Laws and can use cattle resources, and we can build a trading post now. Now this is good, because while the Zulu have made a change to Republic, we are going to do the same thing. We shall make a change. So now we need to research another technology. I think we're going to go for ironworking now. Sorry, my voice is cracking a little bit. Just readjust my seat. Alrighty, so our boat proceeds apace towards, well, let me just show you its destination. It is going for that, the Angkor Wat. And that will give us a wonder automatically. Alright, so again, Berlin is going to, actually, how close are we technology? 9. You know what? Let's not do a barracks. Let's do it for a wall. Again, we don't want to build a barracks just yet because of the bonus we'll get in the next era. Let's see, and library is almost being finished in Bonn. Is that truly what I want? You know what? Yeah, we'll go for it. There's a plenty of production coming in Bonn, so we can spare it. And Surkesh for production. Yeah, Surkesh needs to focus on just getting its population up, but we can't do that up until we get navigation, so we can utilize that whale resource. Alright, Zulu are just kind of camping there. Yeah, not really a heck of a lot going on. Shaka's the only one I'm at war at right now, but he really can't do much. So for the moment, things are peaceful. Only for the moment. Let's see, yeah, he's trying to weasel his way in there, but he's not getting anywhere. However, our library is now finished in Bonn. So let's switch that over to a wall and store production up for something bigger and better. Let's see, yeah, the early 100 ADs. Definitely a slow time, typically. Just because I've struck the big blow to, again, I've struck the big blow to the Zulu, so they really are not in a position to do anything threatening, and Mao is also suffered some setbacks early on when I took his settler, so he's also trying to build himself up. And meanwhile, the Japanese and the French, who are on the opposite side of the world, aren't anywhere near me and are kind of trapped in their corners, particularly Paris and the French, because the Zulu already have them locked in. So again, it's going to be a very quiet time for a while. End the turn. So sit back, relax, and let's just build up. Aha! Let's see, the Chinese have replaced their despotism with a democracy. That is interesting. I'm amazed that they're that far. So their science and gold production has increased by 50%, but they will not declare war on me. However, while they won't declare war at me, Shaka is at war, and he is trying to threaten me and wants the humanitarian that I believe I stole from him. But I'm not giving that back, and nor am I threatened by him. However, first let's take a look at who just showed up here. That is a French galley who has come off the coast of Frankfurt. He's just kind of exploring, minding his own business, I suppose. We're not at war. Let me see here. I would like to go and intercept him, just to make sure he doesn't try anything. But I'm not in a position to do that. Not without giving up one of my key strategic points. You know what? I take that back. We're going to move the ranger unit. Just get a little closer. I just want to make sure that there's no settler aboard that galley. Is just going to try and settle in between Frankfurt and Bonn. Now, while the ranger unit here is in a nice position, I don't think we're going to see any attack coming from there. Not for a while. And actually, at this point, we're going to actually, you know, that could be useful. We're going to abandon our position here. Now, why are we doing that? Because if we're lucky, the Zulu Impi warrior is going to move up and abandon his fortified position. And if that happens, he'll be much easier to take down. Let's see, you're a scout, infiltration. So you know what, let's move this lightning warrior out of the city and see if he takes the bait. If he does, all the better for us. Alright, so Berlin continues to work on a wall. However, our galley has now arrived at its destination. What are we going to get? The Great Pyramid Wonder has been built in our capital of Berlin. And the Great Pyramid allows us to switch to any government we want. So, shall we change our government? The answer to that question is, I think, you know what? Yes, we're going to. Republic's not really doing much for us right now. It may cost us a turn, but I think we're okay. We can afford that. Alright, so Stealth Warrior will maintain its defensive position. And since the Impi Warrior is not stupid enough to attack over a river... oh wait. Ooh, you know what? I have made a critical error in my assessment. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. Just occurred to me that the Zulu has the march ability, meaning it can move to this square and then attack. Okay, that was actually short-sighted on my end, so... Shit, I could pay a price for that move. I got a little cocky and made a mistake. Again, we'll see if I pay for that. End the turn. Alright, he's on the offensive. Well, yep, he's on the move. No armies, but a whole bunch of scattered units. Alright, Paris has been recognized as the world's greatest city, and as we just saw, I've really fallen behind the technology race. Paris is number 1, however, Berlin is number 2. With Kyoto, Zimbabwe following behind. Beijing is really down there, man. However, Nanking, which is in the fog, is the Chinese best city. Alright, so now we need to establish a new form of government. What are we going to do? A monarchy to double our palace culture. Go back to a republic, which would be silly. Fundamentalism, which would be sacking science in order for to gain attack power. A democracy for a boost to science and gold production. But we won't be able to declare war. Or communism. We won't gain any culture from temples or cathedrals, but we will get a production boost by 50%. And quite frankly, that's beneficial to us right now. So in a sense of what could be considered a sense of irony, considering some of the interesting history Germany has with when dealing with communism in World War II and post World War II, we're gonna go with it. We are reminiscent of the eastern side of Germany, communism. So now Bonn is getting 12 production a turn, which is a lot. A significant jump. Surkesh is now getting 6 production a turn, which is useful. Workshop in there. Alright, now we have to deal with the incursion of the Zulu. What can we do about that? We could force them over that way. Let's see. I've got a whole bunch of scattered units. I'm just trying to think of the best way to put them to use. How many warriors would I get if I were to do that? 2. Worth considering. Sorry, sometimes you really have to think about your best strategic decisions. They're not a massive threat, but I am worried about just that one-off chance where they could claim a victory. And they always have to be prepared for that. Infiltration. So you know what? Let's just nip it in the bud right now. Nip it in the bud. Let's form an army. And make our move. That went well. Let's see, we're a little wounded, which worries me a bit. Still. Okay, he's only got 1, so I'd still have a 2-to-1 advantage. Hopefully placing my eggs in one basket does not come back to bite me. Meanwhile, let's get you... Actually, you know what? No. Let's get you back on the hill. And let's see, you've got that. And we're going to march you back here. And get ready to meet this attack. That's still a well-fortified position right now. And we're going to keep it that way. It's giving me a good eye of what's going on. And it's forcing the Zulu to divide their forces up because I control the center. Strategic position. Alright. I'm gonna gamble that that's good. That'll be safe. Because... Oh wait, but then the Legion will be the one to attack. You know what? I don't like taking chances, so I take that back. We're not gonna gamble at all. We're gonna withdraw you back into the city. Place you there as fodder. Yes, that's kind of... It is kind of ruthless, but we're gonna do it. And put you on the hill, just in case. Alright. So I think we control pretty much all the strategic points over there for the moment. So we'll continue our exploration over here. And we have a friendly village which we can get on the next turn. That'll be useful. Alright, so you're still working on a wall. Yeah, save the barracks. Library, that'll be finished soon. Alright, so yes, everything is proceeding apace. Let's go for it. Alright, the Zulu I don't think are going through the attack. Let's find out. He might. Nope, he withdrew. He got intimidated by my forces. However, he's about to get even more intimidated because things are getting worse for him. Exalted One, our wise men have discovered the secrets of ironworking. Our cities can now utilize iron resources for 2 extra resources, and we can build the Legion units. Excellent. So we need to keep things going. Let's go with, you know, let's go with literacy. Alright, so as you can see, things have gotten worse for the Zulu, because now, all of those warriors that had upgrades are now legions. Which is a massive boost. So let's heal this one. And we'll pull you back to the hill. Form a defensive, start barricading it. And just wait for that Zulu unit to come to us where the army is going to wipe it out. Alright. Now we have to deal with our current invasion. So we are going to once again create an army. And send it after the Zulu, who will flee before our might. They're no match for us. Those fools. No challenge at all. Now, what is our... Aha! This village has revealed the knowledge of literacy. Our cities can now utilize silk resources for 3 extra culture. And now we can build a courthouse as well as the Shakespeare Theater wonder. That is good. That is very good. The villagers seem to believe there are 2 artifacts still undiscovered. Good to know. And there's a lot of nice ground here down the south. I wonder what else we're going to find. Now, that was very useful because we basically just got literacy completely for free by finding that friendly village, which is useful because now we can shift production to courthouses. Which will come much quicker and very useful to us. Culture, alright. I like where things are going right now. Alright, you're still in position. Still fortified. He could go for the attack, but again, if he does, it won't go anywhere. I might lose that Legion unit, but the army will take care of it in quick order. Because Zulu Legion units don't move fast, unlike their warriors. That is the shortcoming. So, let us end this turn. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I feel like I have my breath hitched in my throat right now. It's really weird. Alright, so first we have to chase the Zulu units off the hill and take our position back. Excellent. We made short work of them. The Zulu are definitely getting the worst end of this fight. And they flee before our awesome power. Flee. You are no match for us. Pitiful fools. You can't even begin to challenge the awesome might of the Germans. You Zulu are no match for us. Not at all. Back into the boat, and let's see what else we've got down here. Ooh, okay, I like this. I like this a lot. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're going to build a city there in the future. I can tell you that right now. And then that'll probably be it. 'Cause that's a good island that was back there. So as soon as I get the chance, I will switch back to Republic once I'm done with the extra production. And let's see, I think once we have navigation, we'll go for it. Alrighty. End the turn. Mao is really jumping off there. Really ahead. We're gonna have to keep an eye on him. But in the meanwhile, Frankfurt has completed its library. And will now work on a courthouse. I'm actually almost tempted to... Wish I'd switched that earlier, because now I'm just tempted to switch everything over to production. Yeah, stick with the population. Always prefer to have that coming in. Let's see again. I hope the sounds of my controllers aren't coming in too loudly on my mic. I tried to turn my mic volume down to keep that to a minimum. We'll see how successful I was later on, because I can really hear myself pressing the buttons. Let's see here. So courthouse, and courthouse. Everything is courthouse. That is just such an important building I cannot stress. It's where I get all my resources from. That's how I will reach them all. Let's end the turn. Alright, the Zulu are starting to get serious now. Because they're finally sending armies after me. Alright, so now they're finally sending armies after me. And quite frankly, I do not believe this no, I don't have the speed to get there. I do not believe in the face of a Legion army. I do not believe this position is... I don't think I can hold that position anymore, so we're going to withdraw. I'd rather not lose the unit, and it gave me the heads up I needed, so now I know the attack is coming, and I have all the time I need to prepare for it. Now, with some luck, I'll take the bait and pursue this Ranger Legion. Let's see. Meanwhile, I think it's about time we get to work on taking that out. Since I know the attack's not coming for Bon, let's take advantage of it and get rid of that Impy Warrior, who's really annoying me. Just kind of camping there on my city. Alright, you know what, real fast. Let's see, what has Mao been up to lately? Just kind of camping there in his cities. Doesn't look like he's got anything going too much aside from Nanking, which has a great scientist in it. So that's where his science is coming from, coupled with his democracy. Man, I am so parched. I should have brought a glass of water before I made this video. Sorry, guys. Let's see, where are we at time-wise? Alright, about half an hour. End the turn? Alright, he's going that route. Works for me. You know, the smarter decision would be to take position up on that hill, but we do hold an advantage, so let's just see if we just can't storm the fort. Come on, guys. Take it out. Perfect. Way to go, guys. That's what I like to see from my troops. A flawless victory. Alright, so the Legion will now hold that position, and we're going to put the other warrior in there to guard against the land attack. So again, the attack is coming, but we're forcing him to take the long route around, which is just buying us time and giving us everything we need to create more defensive points, and to just overall outmaneuver him, outflank him, and just get him to wear himself down on worthless targets while the big ones take him out. Although ideally, we can do this without losing a single unit. That's how I prefer to fight my battles. I do not like it when I have to be ruthless in my command decisions. I can tell you right now, when I approach military matters, I basically consider taking any losses to be significant. I could outnumber my opponent 10-1, and if I could have 10 armies to their 1 army, and if they kill even one of my armies, it's a very significant blow to me. I do not like losing even a single unit. I very much care for the life of my troops. They matter to me. Alright, end the turn. Let's see what the Zulu do. Alright, as expected, they're taking the long route. Let's see, the Chinese have a galleon going. Interesting. Meanwhile, we're struggling here with mathematics. Way behind the times. We gotta play catch-up, although I'm curious. I want engineering because of the bonus, but has it been beaten? No, he hasn't beaten it to me yet, so you know what? We're gonna take the gamble on it. Alright, a courthouse has been built in Berlin. What could I do science-wise here? Alright, not much. Just want to see what happens if we change our resources around. Wait, do I have is there a unit there? Nope, I'm good. Just seeing what happens, what we could get if we abandon science altogether. 22 production. That is a lot. That is indeed a lot. Only one workshop, so that's not too useful. What would that do to our science output? All the way down to 14. Oh, darn it, my stupid R trigger button. Alright, you know, I really want that, but I need the science coming in. What if I abandoned all food and went for science? You know what? I typically would like to go see that, but for the moment, I'm not interested. I appreciate the honors, Prince Layla, but I'm not interested in seeing this right now, because I'm in the midst of very important diplomatic and military matters right now. Or, not diplomatic, domestic, rather. Domestic matters. Okay, you know what? We're gonna temporarily. This goes against all my normal policies. This goes completely against. But for the moment, we're gonna completely sack. Actually, you know what? No, maybe we should sack production. How bad would it be? Yeah. This goes against all my policies, but I'm gonna sack food coming into Berlin for the moment. Once engineering's discovered, I'll go back to it. See if we can't give ourselves a little extra boost over here, too. Yeah, wherever we can spare it. I want Bond to keep focusing on production, though. And you, of course, need to do the same. Interesting to note that you did get an extra population somewhere down the line. But the courthouse is very important to Sirkesh. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to sack all population coming into Sirkesh too, just because, quite frankly, once I get the courthouse, that little food won't matter. Let's see, so 40 would take, you know what? Again, I'm gonna, darn it, stupid R trigger button. That's the theme of this video, folks. The R trigger button really messing me up. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now, once we have engineering, we can do it. Sacrifice food temporarily in the cities for a technology boost. It's a small price to pay, but I think one that's gonna pay off in the future. Alright, so now the attack comes, and you know what? Let's try this. Let's put the Legion army inside the fortification and see what happens when he attacks. Let's see, it's 4.5 on 9. I should have the advantage, but again, we'll see. We'll see. I may pay a price for that, but hopefully I don't. Although at the end of the day, I hate to be ruthless like this again, but that army is replaceable because of Bonn. So, what's going on here? The Chinese replace their democracy with a republic. So, their settlers can be built for only one population unit. That works for me because that slows them down and gives me the chance to play catch-up. Alrighty. What's he doing? Alright, just kind of exploring there. Alrighty. Well, apparently the Zulu archer army pulled back and left the Legion completely exposed. Which is all good for us, because now we're going to wipe it out. Take them, boys. You're by far the more powerful Legion. So long, suckers. The battle of the Bavarian River ends in victory for the home team, the Germans. And the archers are falling back, but you know what? We're not going to pursue. That would not be wise. Let's see what else we got down here. Not much. Yeah, let's keep the settler moving around, see if there's anything useful over there. And, let's see. Yeah, still just conserving up production. Yep, alright. And the turn? I think we're going to take this to... What happened? Okay, the Chinese have completed the Colosseum Wonder in the city of, I want to say that's pronounced Matsao, but I can't say for certain. Let's see, anyone who saw some of my previous videos may have guessed I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan, so I deal with Chinese names quite a bit. One of the characters in that is Cao Cao, with the name pronounced C-A-O, so I'm going to guess that same pronunciation carries over here, so I'm going to guess Matsao. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone here knows Chinese. Alright, I wonder why that Legion army is suddenly so interested in advancing. And the Chinese are also about to discover this island, which means they may be interested in building on it or one of the neighboring ones. Which would suck. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would suck. Yes, okay, my math is spot on. That'll be discovered next turn. And again, we just sit back and relax and wait for our technology to be discovered. Let's see. You know what? Let's get this warrior out there. Maybe we can try and reclaim our position up there on the hill. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, however, we need to get this unit back. Oh dear, that's not good. I'm glad I got the move on, because there's another settler coming. Do I have anything that can move quickly? A horse. Which we're going to give Blitz. He's lucky that did not have March, otherwise I'd have another free settler on my hands. See if we can't discourage him. Let's see, backed up by Zulu archers. That could be problematic. Let's see what happens. Oh, fuck you. Yep, I have a dirty mouth. I'm sorry, folks. He successfully built a city right in my face. However, the Fire Axis post is in, and we have reached the industrial era. New warriors. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong part. My previous ability is our new warriors are veterans and 1+ production from forest regions. However, we have a new ability. Half-cost barracks. This might be a good time to save our game. Well, no thanks. I will do that later. However, we have discovered engineering. And we are also the first to engineering, meaning we receive this bonus. +1 production in each city. Got it. Alright, perfect. So we got that now. So now we're switching over to navigation. Ooh, how about this? Tokugawa has finally gotten a little backbone and is threatening us. Let's see. I'm gonna, Yep, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, guys. Premier Wyndham X. Your extravagant wealth will be of little use against our mighty armies. However, we will leave you in peace for 8 turns in exchange for 60 of your 157 gold pieces. I'm not afraid of you. However, you are going to carry through your threats. Alrighty, interesting. Let's see. Let's see what happens when we attack. Okay, there's my really cheesy evil laugh. Our attack was successful and we have captured the Zulu city of Ntombe, perhaps? We have taken 1 gold piece, but more importantly, we have discovered the secret of democracy. That was excellent. You made a big mistake building in my face, Zulu. You should never mess with me. I took your settler, and now I've taken your city. It doesn't matter what you do. You cannot expand towards me. So I'll happily sit around in your fine city of Ntombe. Meanwhile, let's get a barracks up. Make it worth our while.
Follow. Hooey, whoa.
Alright. So now we can slow up on our science output a little bit. And go back to getting some population in here, out of curiosity. Darn it, that stupid R trigger button. Yeah, let's milk this this communism for everything it's worth. You know what? I've got a better idea. Ntombe is going to produce the settler I need in order to expand to this island, provided the Chinese don't beat me to it. We shall see. Let's see. Alright, you get back into the temple. I mean, not the temple, into the city of Bonn. Oh fudge, that was bad. That was very bad. He was sent in a pre-court on, he was preset to go to that hill, which unfortunately is occupied by the Zulu. So that 12th warrior pretty much just marched to his demise, and there's nothing I can do about it. Nope, I'm in no position to do anything about it. So unfortunately, he's dead. That sucks. Unless the Zulu Legion decides to turn back for Ntombe. Kind of doubt it will, but we'll find out. Let's end this turn. Nope. Then my warrior. Now it's my turn to flee before the might of the Zulu. That sucked. That sucked a lot. So, top 10 cities. Paris remains number 1, with Berlin remaining number 2. However, Bonn has been kicked up to number 3. Works for me. So, let's see. You've destroyed my cowardly warrior, which did in fact flee before your armies, so there is some truth to that. However, you think that's enough to turn the tides of this war after all the devastating losses you've suffered? I'm not afraid of you. And in fact, it's time for my counterattack. You're gonna pay for that. Your legion falls effortlessly before the power of mine. And because of my blitz ability, I can now safely retreat back to my fortifications, and there's absolutely nothing the Zulu can do to counterattack, even if they have the units available. So, sucks to be you, Shaka. You lose again. Meanwhile, my power is about to expand. My courthouses are nearing completion. And Bond's working on a temple, which it doesn't need... Actually, you know what? We'll make... Nah, you know, that's worthless. We'll stick with the temple. Or perhaps... You know what? Let's work on that instead. We don't need the temple because we're in communism. Once we abandon communism, that temple will be useful, but perhaps in the long term, going for an aqueduct would be better. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's get that going in Berlin as well, as good as Shakespeare Theater is. Ooh, a knight. Dangerous. Alright, so now courthouse has been built in Surkesh. However, it still can't really do much to take advantage of it, because we don't have navigation yet, therefore we can't put the whales to use. So we'll get to work on a granary. You've built a settler. And now only have one unit. One unit of population. So, let's get some pikemen going for the heck of it. Ah, Napoleon has to threaten me now. Alright. Greetings from Napoleon of the French. Premier Wyndham X, your extravagant wealth will be of little use against my mighty armies. However, we will leave you in peace for 8 turns in exchange for 120 of your 164 gold pieces. What do my advisors have to say about you? You are quite powerful, in fact, and peace may be my best option. You're dug in for defense, however, and your technology, though, is inferior to my own. You know what? I'm gonna gamble. I'm not afraid of you. And you have no backbone. You will not go to war, despite your superior numbers from the sounds of it. So what does that put me at? Alright, so I'm at war with the Japanese and the Zulu. Chinese only threaten me. We'll move you. Did the Chinese settle on that island? No, they did not, so it is still open. Alright, so let's get ready to meet that settler. Aqueduct. Pikemen, just kind of killing time. Granary, alrighty. Let's see. That would use up all my gold, so it's not really worth it. I thought about rushing that for a moment. Alrighty. You know what? We're going to withdraw out of there, just for the heck of it. I'm going to see if he launches any kind of counterattack. Okay, he's got pikeman units now escorting his legions. Interesting. And the French are switching to a democracy, so they will not declare war on me now. No wonder they didn't do it earlier. Alright, so now Frankfurt has completed its courthouse. That is good. So now it's going to work on a granary so we can take advantage of those squares down south. But for the moment, we are going to stick with the science. Again, we're going to get our population up. Then once that happens, we'll be able to focus on science and production and then go on the offensive. Which we have, in fact, subtly been doing. We've been whittling at the strength of the Zulu, and they're desperate to make some kind of counteroffensive. Meanwhile, all the other civs are pretty much just kind of hanging back, doing nothing. Although the Chinese have been active in this particular region right here. And I'm very curious what they're up to. So I need to keep my eye on them. Let's see, you know what? With that in mind, this defensive position isn't really that useful anymore. So we're going to try and withdraw, which he has blocked me off, but we're not at war, so I don't think we have anything to worry about there. Alright, sit tight, and we're almost ready to go. Or perhaps I should... Nope, no, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I abandoned that city, but that's just because if he has a horseman, he could rush it, and I don't have any defensive units in place. So there's no point in trying to hold in Toynbee with units. If he wants to occupy it, works for me, we'll just take it right back. Unless he attacks with like a knight army or something. Alright. Which route are you going to go? I'm going to fortify that area. Because with March, I can reach each spot quickly. Alright, the aqueduct will be completed next turn. Which I'm now suddenly starting to question. Do I really want to do that, or should I go for a wonder? You know what? Wonder. I forgot that I have Magna Carta now. Ah, stupid R trigger button. End the turn. Alright, you're going that route. Alrighty. Okay, this is... Ooh, this is actually unfortunate. Ooh, that's not good at all. You know what? I don't like doing this, but I have to. The Chinese are in a position to take Berlin because it's completely unoccupied, because it's completely empty. And they will do it if they see it is defenseless. So in order to avoid this, I have to go against my policy from the first game, and I have to build a road connecting Berlin to Bonn. Because I have to get a unit in there to protect it so they don't get any wise ideas. Meanwhile, let's put the Lightning Horsemen back into Bonn to make sure that there is some semblance of occupation. Just gotta make sure the Chinese don't get any wise ideas. They're a republic, which means they can declare war if they see the opportunity. I intend to give them no such opportunity, though. Alright, there you go. Meanwhile, you're in pursuit. And heading back. End the turn. Discovery of monarchy by the French renders the Great Pyramid Wonder obsolete. That sucks, but I understand. Not that it matters. Because I have a... Well, I discovered navigation as well, which is useful for our food. Let's see, we're gonna go for... let's see, what do we got next, actually? Curious. Engineering. Alrighty. We're gonna go for invention next. However, in the meanwhile, we've just completed this new wonder. Our glorious civilization has completed the Magna Carta wonder, which is a much better wonder than the Great Pyramid. It easily replaces it. So now that's been built in Berlin, all those courthouses I banged out will now produce culture. Interesting. That more than makes up for my loss of culture from being in a communist government. Alright, so now let's get that aqueduct up now. So that's 28. Yep, okay, still 5 turns no matter what. So we're temporarily abandoning science for food and production. You know, I keep saying temporarily, even though I've been doing that pretty much the whole game. Yet, somehow, I'm still in the technology race. How about that? Only one behind the leader. Alright. However, again, Shaka of the Zulu leaves his offensive units completely unprotected. They're absolute fodder to my Lightning Legion army, so the Battle of the Bavarian River enters its second phase, and we will once again claim the victory. I am confident of that. Excellent. Victory is ours. However, we now know the reason for the withdrawal. They're bringing out the big guns now. A catapult army protected by a pikeman army. That is bad. So it is time to withdraw. Fall back and take position on that hill. And our position here is worthless because of catapults. But we'll wait one turn before we give it up completely. Actually, as a matter of fact... let's try and nip that in the bud right now. Oh, but first, now that we have whale resources, we can finally put the courthouse to use, and now Surkesh is finally going to be the city it was meant to be. A population city. It took a long time, but now it's there. Let's see, how many pikemen could I get? I could get 2 right away. Yeah, let's do that. 28 gold, and it would take way too long to get there. Yeah, you need to hold steady. And you are going to actually take the trees. Give him back his give the Chinese back their path up north if they want it. And that way you can occupy either city. Alright, have the Chinese made a move on this landmass? They have not. Alrighty, folks. By my estimate, I should be a little over an hour right now. So I think that's pretty much a good place to end this video. As we saw up here, the Zulu are preparing a new attack with a catapult and a pikeman, which are soon to be approaching. And we've just completed our Magna Carta wonder, which has increased our culture. So things are proceeding apace. Things are proceeding very much apace. Our civilization is developing, and it's only a matter of time now before we can begin our main offensive and really begin conquest. Alrighty, guys. So, with that all in mind, this is CCS Media Design signing off. Or actually, you know what? It will be CCS Media Design signing off after a couple of brief announcements. Whoops. I just hit my mic there. Hope that didn't make too big a noise. A couple things I just want to add here for closing notes. Completely forgot about this. Should have been looking at my little paper I've got down here, which was supposed to remind me of that. Let's see. Oh yes. First and foremost, in the periods from this video to the last video. Okay, you know what? Let me say that again. From the first part of this German Domination video series to the one I'm producing right now, my subscriber count has climbed to over 2,000, which is a big milestone for my channel. So thank you so much, guys, for that. I've been trying to think of something special to do for that. So if I come up with anything, I will put it into action immediately and create something, just because I think that's something worth celebrating. Big milestone. And secondly, this is something that I had been talking to a friend, and he had mentioned this to me, that perhaps I should be looking into, in addition to YouTube, doing videos on Twitch. He was talking to me about I should look into trying to do Let's Plays of stuff on Twitch, which I thought about, and I think that's an interesting proposal. I'm going to start looking into that pretty soon, so if anyone here is into Twitch or knows much about it, if you could leave any input on that, that'd be terrific. If I did such a thing, I could probably stream either just like Let's Plays of any game, or even the multiplayer games that I've had so many people asking me to play with them. Yes, guys, I get your posts, and I do see those friend requests. But I apologize for the fact that I don't accept them, but it's just a little something. I don't like not accepting them, but I'm not crazy about accepting friend requests from people I don't know, even though I appreciate all the support you guys, as fans, do give to my channel. But again, if I haven't accepted a friend request or responded to a comment or a Xbox Live message you've sent me, again, it's absolutely nothing personal. It's just... yeah, it's nothing personal. I see them all, I respect them all, and I appreciate the fact that you guys do that. But yeah, if anyone has any input or information on Twitch they could give me on Twitch, I'm really stuttering here today, I really apologize. That would be awesome. So yeah, if you could tell me anything about that, that'd be great. Alright guys, so CCS Media Design, now with its new milestone of 2,000 subscribers, signing off. Take care, guys, and stay tuned for part 3 of German domination in Civilization Revolution.